everyone. I would like to thank Sanjay, the entire team of Dialogues for inviting us for this fabulous event. A quick brief on our firm, Mistry Architects, the practice started by Renu and Shahrukh Mistry. We've spent over four decades crafting architecture that's sensitive, sustainable, and socially responsive. And presently, we are about 6 partners continuing the practice. We're deeply rooted into the ethos of and the principles that has shaped our journey of being empathy, inclusivity, and care for the people and planet. Today's topic that I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on living design, celebrating diversity. I'm going to be exploring relationship between nature and human connection and share 2 of our projects that kind of showcases this. Our planet is a living design of diversity across land and sea. Every form of life is a unique design contributing to the balance of the nature. This intricate web reminds us that diversity is not merely about differences, but about harmony, and inclusivity is the key that allows every design, every being to belong and thrive.
Subscribe to watch more such insightful videos.
The richness of life is key to the stability and resilience of ecosystem, and coral reefs are a powerful example of this. Often called the rainforest of the sea, coral reefs support an incredible variety of species that depend on each other for food, shelter, and survival. This biodiversity strengthens the reef, making it more capable of withstanding threats like rising sea temperature, ocean acidification, and extreme weather caused by climate change. When coral reefs lose their diversity, they become more fragile and less able to recover from bleaching or storm damage, which in turn threatens marine life, coastal protection, and human communities that rely on them. The diversity of the coral reefs highlights how biological variety is not just about richness of life, but also about building resilience against global challenges like climate change. Just as inclusive societies grow stronger through diversity, ecosystems thrive when every species have a place. Just as nature thrives on interconnectedness and balance and richness of form, human learning spaces flourish, I think, when they embrace interdisciplinary approaches. And today I'm going to be talking about the Agastya Foundation project that exemplifies this aspect and this principle. This was a competition for building an international baccalaureate school that the firm won. And this was on a 172 acres of land in the district of Godivanka. This is in Andhra Pradesh. And part of the program, we were also supposed to do a rural school and a community center for the surrounding villages and the community that surrounded this campus. And I think just about to start the program, and all the funds that were promised for this project did not come through because the bottom fell out of the IT industry during that time, and we were left with very little. And I think sometimes these accidents in life start us to change and show new directions for us to show how do we go forward and continue with your program and the agenda. And the big picture of what this project wanted to do of carrying out with rural education kind of took seed here, and there was never looking back. The kids from the surrounding villages, after they finish their regular school, they are come into the campus, and here they are kind of exposed to subjects that related to science, ecology, humanities, art, that they do not get to learn in their regular curriculum. The whole idea of showing starts with where curiosity kind of meets creativity. And hands-on collaborative learning encourages students to explore, experiment, and kind of innovate. Over the last decade, we've done several facilities in the campus as and when there is a requirement, availability of funds. And I think two important aspects that we have looked into our intervention is one being how do we get away from the pedagogy of building classroom education? And the second aspect is about the connection to the language of this land and the place that we are doing. At Agastya, the language of the land, I think, is very well spoken by its inhabitants. That's the flora and the fauna. And as we are trying to build in their habitat and in their domain, I think they kind of serve as the main inspiration for our intervention. And our intervention and experiments here at the campus also look at the learning and impact of what a small insect has to do on the big picture. Today I'm going to be talking about one project from the campus on Art and Innovation Hub. The site identified for this program was between two valleys, which kind of dropped down by about 4 meters. And we looked at how the spaces could be tucked in into the profile of this land. And during our several visits to the campus, we saw different kinds of these rock lizards that lie under the hot sun over these rocks, and this was one of the inspiration for us for the form of the structure. It's a simple open plan that span along the contour, and galleries and classrooms at the lower level, and the facility for the innovation hub at the higher level. The main entry kind of meanders around the structure, partly covered with an earth berm and which in turn kind of merges into the landscape. This also becomes the access to the upper floors. As one moves into the structure, the vista starts to open at various volumes, and this is a space used for galleries and multifaceted activities and workshops by the children. And this spine, the double-heighted space, continues into a circulation spine where you have the draft of air ventilation creating hot air to escape at higher levels. And the studios span along the contour and along the curve, opening into a semi-covered space. The students work here with everything that's available in the campus, right from mud to shale rock to wooden twigs. So this required a space that kind of merges seamlessly between the inside and the outside. The first floor accommodates the innovation hub. I think this is very interesting. It's designed on a concept of a fun-based interactive learning. And I was very excited about the space that's called the Thord, Ford, and Jode, where the students kind of dismantle and assemble, and in the process of where they learn. There are a lot of spaces that carved out at the lower level where naturally the land drops, and they create pockets for children to use during the break zones. The entire structure is kind of kept in a gray palette. I think this was done with a purpose, using exposed concrete, cement flooring, and plaster. I think the idea was to create a kind of a background that kind of where the children could display their art and the sculptures that brought in the color and texture into the interior. Here, every learner, idea, and project is valued, much like every species in an ecosystem, by fostering inclusivity, collaboration, and a spirit of discovery. Agastya cultivates a living design of learning, one where creativity, problem solving, and real world innovation thrive in harmony. The next project that I'm sharing is for one of our clients who is in the business of manufacturing furnitures, and this is in Bangalore. And the factory, the production unit was located very close to the site. And it was a beautiful site nestled in a lush coconut grove of about 21 trees. And our several visits into the site during our design ideation and process, we were wondering whether, and questioned our approach, whether should our buildings occupy all the land? Can we have a minimum footprint like the trees that are already in the site to create a canopy and allow the rain, the wind, the birds, the surrounding to participate and behave like how the tree does? So the tree became a guiding factor for our intervention. We created a plinth that meandered around the trees to create pavilions, platforms for displaying the furniture, and adaptable for multifaceted programs and events. The store kind of seamlessly integrates with nature while organically employing passive design strategies, looking at the prevailing airflow, sun path, and immediate surrounding. Each of this pavilion is kind of mimics the coconut tree leaves done out of prefabricated steel structure. The land was leased for a long period of time, so we looked at steel as a material so that we could use it probably on a later date. So this is done by, this is the context and the usage kind of determined the kind of material that we wanted to use, and yet it's dynamic. The earthy materials that we have used, stone, lime plaster, gravel, and the materials kind of, and the comprehensive rainwater harvesting strategies that we've created, renewable energy by using solar on one of the structures, I think reinforces our sustainable approach for the program. We took advantage of the client's factory located close to the place, and which had more than about 150 weavers and skilled carpenters, and we kind of explored crafting from the spaces right from the pavilion, the underlay of the roof, the smallest detail of the lamp, that where each of this detail kind of the space is a testament to the craftsmanship and the thoughtful design. I think given its location and the context that we were building, the client had a vision of supporting artisans during skill development program, and we felt the place that we were doing, most of the retail spaces over the weekends and especially evenings have become a dead space. So we kind of envisioned a space that could be used for multifaceted activities. So, so it's a very adaptable and a dynamic venue, and which could be used for various community engagement programs, which kind of also enriches the social fabric of the place. By harmonizing passive design strategies with sustainable materials and renewable energy, Outdoor Connection stands as a model of responsible and resilient architecture. It celebrates diversity in craftsmanship and inclusivity in design, ensuring that every detail contributes to a balanced, low-impact, high-comfort environment for all. The project demonstrates how harmony emerges when different perspectives, skills, and natural influences are valued equally, producing a space that is deeply rooted to its context, yet ephemeral in its presence. Here, architecture becomes a living demonstration of inclusive communities where diversity is celebrated as a source of resilience, creativity, and enduring harmony. Thank you.